greetings. Welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful, y'all. I am your hostess and your Melanie Queen. All right, so I want to get into just saying hi to y'all, just giving y'all an update, just letting you know that I went to celebrate my nephew's birthday with him this weekend, and I'm pretty sure that everybody appreciated me coming. um, his birthday fell on Thanksgiving this year, and you know, it was a nice weekend, y'all. We didn't do a lot. We basically stayed inside and just enjoyed each other's company. So I just want to tell y'all if you didn't do a lot, it's okay. It is okay to sometimes not do too much, not doing the most, right? It's okay if you don't go above and beyond and just do all these extracurricular things. I just want to put that out there because a lot of times there are a lot of expectations on people that they feel like they have to do the most, with everything, um, and stuff like that, but you don't have to. I should pin, I don't know if I can pin a comment, but I'm going to pin something here. Chat filter. Let's see. I don't know if I can. So I was going to type something up here, but I'm not sure if I can. I was going to ask y'all, how was your weekend today? Well, this weekend. How was your weekend? Was your weekend good? How was your weekend, y'all? What did y'all end up doing? Did y'all go what they call Black Friday shopping? A lot of people, I don't think they went out. Like I said, we stayed in. We didn't do much. We just enjoyed our time and just enjoyed our company and our energy amongst one another. And that is to me sometimes the biggest blessing of all. To me, that is the greatest blessing of all because you can go and buy all these things, all these gadgets and stuff, all this technology, but if you're not with the people that you enjoy while you're out spending this money and obtaining these things, it really is pointless. It becomes empty after a while. What's up, King Hazy? How are you doing? How was your weekend? What did you end up doing? I'm just checking in with y'all. Shout out to you, King Hazy. Did you have a good weekend? Blessings to you as well. I was just saying that I didn't do much. I was in the company of amongst the people that care about me. And, that was enough for me. And I just feel like when we get back to the more simplistic things in life, life is a lot more stress free, y'all, more carefree, and you can find more happiness in the simple things in life. Honestly, that's how I feel. Like if I could give up all the technology just to go back to like the more simplistic times, I would. I don't care about social media, the internet, technology, the latest gadgets. I give up my iPhones. I give up all the technology in the cars. I give up all of this just to go back to the simplistic times in life when we were more carefree. Y'all, I really would. He said, I'm well. How are you? And yes, I had a good weekend. Good. I'm glad to hear that, y'all. I'm glad to hear that you had a good weekend. We ended up having a nice, meal. Hopefully, it didn't overshadow his birthday, y'all. And, whether you celebrate it or not, it does not matter. If you made it through the weekend, if you made it through the weekend, you're blessed. If you're here to live, see, breathe, and talk about it, you are blessed, y'all. Whether you had a lot of money to spend, whether you had no money to spend, it doesn't even matter, y'all. It doesn't. And I'm just so glad that people are more focused on things that are important now because I've been hearing that people, they backed off of the Black Friday shopping, and that's good. And when you do stuff like that, it makes you feel good because you're keeping money in your pocket. You're not spending money that you don't have. You have more money to pay your bills. You're less stressed. I remember when I was working at the bank, I worked in the credit card department, y'all, did collections. And I remember back in like 2008 to 2010, that was the time frame. A lot of people were struggling because we were in an economic situation back then. That's when the housing market crashed, y'all. And there were a lot of realtors, there were a lot of home builders, a lot of construction workers. A lot of people were in heavy debt. And when I say heavy debt, I'm talking about lines of credit, $40,000, $30,000. I did not even know what a line of credit was back then, y'all. But a line of credit, um, for those of you who don't know, is basically credit that you take out that you pay back, and you can utilize that line of credit up until your limit of the line limit or whatever. I'm trying to make sure I explain it properly. So when you pay it down, you can use it. If you pay it all the way down, you can use it again. That is a line of credit. With a credit card, it's similar to a credit card, but it's more like a loan. So people had that going on. People were taking out lines of credit, and unfortunately, there were a lot of foreclosures on very expensive, nice homes in the very affluent parts of town. And this all happened because, the lenders were not ensuring that the borrowers were able to secure and able to keep up with their mortgage payments. A lot of people were getting into adjustable rate mortgages, y'all. So now that we have known that we know better, people do better. And a lot of people that wanted to sell their house were upside down on their homes. It was a very, terrible time for some people. I remember one of my colleagues had a townhouse and she said she wanted to sell, but she didn't sell it because she said if she sold it, she was going to be upside down on her house, on her townhouse. So the thing is, they have put regulations into place to make sure that's not the case anymore. That's the great thing. So now when you go and you purchase a house, once you get pre-approved, they're going to pull your credit for the pre-approval letter. They pull your credit to make sure you can secure the loan, and then they pull your credit again right the day of closing or right before closing, y'all. I have known someone to actually, well, a story was told to me about someone that actually was not able to close on their house because when they got to the closing table, they sat at the closing table and made it known that they went out and opened a furniture line of credit, y'all. They went and opened up a furniture credit card or something to that effect. And because they disclosed that information, you all, they were not able to close right at the closing table. That's pretty devastating. You said the mortgage bubble, what The Big Short was about? Yes, Eddie Roy. My sister was telling me all about that. And don't you know a lot of people made money from that? um, because they knew that that was going to happen. People actually benefited from that actually. So, it's about just being smart with your finances, no matter how little or how big your finances are. You could have a little bit of money, but sometimes it's not how much you have, it's how you utilize what you have, right? It's how you use what you have, and the more is always the merrier, y'all. More is always better, of course, if you use it, in a smart financial way. Um, but I'm just glad that, people made it through this weekend. We're all safe, we're sound, and we're doing well. That's the most important thing. You said Bill Ackman made billions? Hmm. Bill Ackman. His name sounds so familiar. How are you doing, Joe? So I just, love the fact that people have been pulling back financially from these stores. A lot of videos have been on YouTube saying that people haven't been going out to Walmart. They're not out at Best Buy. They're not out at Target. They're not at these malls, at these shopping centers. They've been just actually staying inside, enjoying the comfort of their own homes. And, that's actually a blessing, y'all, to be able to be in your home, to stay in your home and be able to pay your bills right now. Also, this really sets you up for discipline if you want to get a house. If you have not purchased a home, if you are trying to do other things with your money, then you see that you have more, of a financial income to do these things. Like you can, for the people out there that want to purchase, I would say even now get prepared. Don't wait till the new year to start. Do it now. Start saying, okay, Christmas is not that important. That's one day that people they use it it's a capitalistic holiday, everybody. It's commercialized. All of these days are commercialized. What's most important to you for Christmas? The fact that you can be in your home or to acquire real estate or to have a house or whatever you have and to be comfortable and healthy and living carefree, y'all. That is the best thing that you can do for yourself is to set yourself up for your financial future, but not spending money on all these unnecessary items. But I know a lot of people have been trained to think that that's what we have to do. We don't have to do that at all. You said you don't care about the Babylon holidays. I know you don't, King Hazy, and congratulations to you. You said, oh, it says I can add. Let me see if I can ask a question in the comment section. Something you always procrastinate on. Something. Okay, well, something you always procrastinate on. So let's go ahead and pin it in the comment section then. Okay. So I'll put it out there in case y'all want to answer the question. Is there anything y'all always procrastinate on? Let me know. So it could be actually procrastinating on getting your finances together, procrastinating on getting a house, procrastinating on these things because you think that you don't have the means to do it, procrastinating on starting a business. Don't wait till the new year to do that stuff, y'all. Don't wait till the new year. Drag and to end the Q&A. Y'all, this is all up in my way, y'all. But something you always procrastinate on. Is it about fitness? Is it about do you want to get in shape? Do you want to start being more active in the gym? Is it a goal you want to work on? And so let's start. Let's start off by like starting now. We don't have to wait till January the 1st. Some people might not make it till January the 1st. You know what I mean? Shooting your shot. I can see why people would procrastinate on stuff like that, King Hazy. Um, I know a thing that I have procrastinated on is my writing. And so, you know that my laptop that I had actually stopped working. So I had to get another laptop. And what happened is my Microsoft Office, all of that stuff was on my other laptop. And for some reason, I can't get it back from Microsoft. So they're saying that I have to purchase new software, y'all. I procrastinated on that. And I want to start working on my autobiography again. So I think that's one thing I want to work on my gifts, my abilities, my talents, being able to tell my story, y'all. Um, so anybody out there, whatever it is, work on it for yourself if it's your business. And I also need to work more on my business side of things as well. I think we all procrastinate. Um, if it's about getting a house, y'all, why don't you start now by saying no to these pagan holidays? Saying no to these stores, saying no to like just not spending unnecessary money on things you don't need. Like the iPhone 17 came out. I thought about it. I was like, do I need a new iPhone? I don't. I'm still rocking with my 13 Pro, which is what I'm using now, and it works wonderful. Picture quality is really good, and it works fine. And I have the 11. So, not jumping to get the latest technology, not jumping to get the latest gadget or the latest car, trying to always upgrade everything. Upgrade your finances, y'all. Upgrade your health, upgrade your knowledge. These are the things that's really going to take you further, and just helping, your family and just being a better family member or a better relative or a better friend or whatever that is. I think those are ways that you can upgrade your life and not procrastinate. We can start that right now. If you're thinking about some people want to start their platforms like or social media and they have a business and they're not on social media. Put your stuff on Instagram, y'all. You don't even have to get a website to sell stuff on Instagram. That's free. Square.com is free. You can actually put a website on your Square app and you can charge customers from Square. So it's just different things that we can do for ourselves to generate money and acquire money instead of giving it away all the time you know. But hopefully y'all enjoyed your weekend, whether you celebrated, whether you did not, whether you just had a nice little quiet, evening at home or you worked on some things for yourself. That time is for you. Take it for what it's worth and enjoy every bit of your time. Every second of your time is valuable and important. No matter how much they try to make us think our time is not valuable, it is, y'all. Knowledge is definitely power. Shout out to Eddie telling us about Bill Ackman and now that he's mentioned Bill Ackman, I'm gonna look Bill Ackman up, y'all, because I remember hearing his name. They said they had some shooters in Washington, D.C. I don't know if y'all heard about that. But I think there was some people from the, I think, National Guard. So Bill Ackman is now 59 years old. He has a net worth of $9.4 billion, y'all. And it says here, Hold on, yeah, I'm trying to read what it says here about Bill Ackman. It says Bill Ackman became rich through his hedge fund, y'all. Per Pershing Square Capital Management, which he founded in 2004. His strategy involves activist investing, taking large stakes in companies to drive changes that increase shareholder value. Key to his success are bold, contrarian bets such as shorting the market before the COVID-19 pandemic and making successful investments in companies like Wendy's and Chipotle. So he founded Pershing Square Capital Management. Ackman launched the hedge fund in 2004 with an initial investment of $54 million, which has since grown to manage billions in assets, y'all. This is what's important for us as Americans. Like, instead of always giving our money to like these capitalist companies out here, this technology, all these gadgets, start investing your money. Activists, so and even if it's like an index fund, y'all, I heard an index fund is really, really nice. And some index funds are like Vanguard, Fidelity. Um, there's also retirement companies that can hold your assets for you, like Empower. What's another one? Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head, but there are others as well. Activist investing, he buys significant stakes in companies and then publicly advocates for specific management or strategic changes to boost the stock price. For example, he pressured Wendy's to sell off its Canadian subsidiary, Tim Hortons. And then it says contrarian bets. Ackman is known for making large, often contrarian bets. A prime example is his successful bet against the bond insurer MBIA in 2009, which earned him $1.4 billion. Market timing. In early 2020, Ackman made a highly profitable bet that correctly predicted the COVID-19 pandemic, earning him $2.6 billion dollars on a $26 million investment through a market hedging strategy, y'all. Long-term value creation. Some of his investments are long-term plays where he works to improve a company's management. He also identified undervalued stocks like Chipotle and Google, Alphabet, that later saw significant gains. And y'all, Google is a good one. So if we don't have millions of dollars, we can take whatever money that we have and invest into things such as, I still say, invest into stocks, right? Because they still grow exponentially. There are people that invest into Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all these things. I don't get that in depth into it, but from my understanding, XRP has grown. XRP has grown, y'all. So you might want to explore these options. You know, someone told me about XRP last summer. He said, get XRP, and I followed his instructions. So if you're not into any investments yet, just think about it. You can start off very simply. I don't care how simple it is. I've heard about Acorn. I don't do Acorn, but Stash. Get a Stash account. Stash is pretty easy to use. E-Trade, if you kind of have some kind of concept on how to buy and sell, you can use E-Trade. Those are like stocks that you can buy and sell. Um, I did it when I was younger. I didn't even know anything about stocks, y'all, but sometimes our job was offering us to do that. And when I looked in there, I didn't realize I had, some thousands of dollars sitting in my account, y'all. It was there. It was untouched and I didn't know I had it, y'all. Do you understand that when I needed tires?
I needed all four tires from my Honda Accord. I sold some stocks to get my tires, y'all, back in the day. So I mean, you just never know when you might need these assets. You might need these assets to become liquidated. You have to sell them, wait until they settle, and then transfer it over into your account, and you will get taxed. You can get taxed on this too. Um, I think it's called capital gains tax, y'all. What's good, Lonesome Dove? So, I really want us to take our money and start investing into ourselves, whether it is stocks, whether it's crypto, whether whatever it is, invest into yourself, even if it's real estate. You know, if you want to get your first home, put money to the side, put money into your savings account, put money somewhere where it is untouched and unscathed, so you can have your financial future to take care of you when you get older or when you have a financial emergency, y'all. We owe it to ourselves out here. He said NVIDIA. I don't know what that is, Lonesome Dove. Happy sunrise to you, though. I just think that we all owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our families. We owe it to our elderly selves. So for when we get older, we'll have some assets sitting somewhere, y'all. And it's a beautiful thing to watch your money grow. It is a beautiful thing, like if there's some type of emergency, that you could say, oh, wait, I have this sitting over here. I can utilize this, this account for something. And then even if you have children and maybe they're not thinking about college, but maybe they want to start a business. Even if you start early, investing into something for them, have money set aside, because trust me, those 18 years go by extremely fast. It's a company dealing with AI. Oh, okay. AI is a big thing right now that's happening on a multi global level. Y'all, I have 5 more minutes before I have to go get these children, y'all. I have half a day. I'm dealing with fourth grade today. So I'm going to get them from media and then take them to lunch. And my day is over here. So that is what's going on with me. And I want to give a shout out to my sister. She did my hair this weekend. So you see, it's all nice and straight. She did this for me. And I didn't have to do my own hair at all. And it was just such a relief not to have to do my own hair, y'all. And a lot of people be like, why don't you let other people do your hair? I am very particular about who I let mess with my hair. So she not only healed me, but she did my hair, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and sign out so I'm not late picking them up. But I just wanted to come on here and touch bases with y'all. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you like my vibe. I didn't have a set topic. I just wanted to give y'all an update because I haven't been on here since before the weekend. But if follow me, I'm going to be definitely posting more videos. I'm going to try to be on here as much as I can for y'all. And still getting over whatever's in here. I haven't knocked it all the way completely out, but it's leaving my body, and I am so grateful and thankful. If you have your health, you are so wealthy, y'all. Health really is wealth. And just having the basics in life is wealthy. Having resources is very wealthy. And I just want to see people to start investing into yourselves, invest into your financial future, invest into investments, stocks, and real estate, y'all. Please, let's do this. You know damn well we like your vibe. Well, thank you, King Hazy. I like your vibe too. So anybody that likes me, I like them, okay? For the most part. To know me is to love me. Um, yeah, so let me go ahead so I can go get these fourth graders, take them to lunch, and then I will tune in with y'all later. Make sure y'all have a blessed day. Continue to walk in your divinity. Remember to celebrate yourself, because if you don't, who else will? All right, I'm signing out, y'all. Let's invest, okay? Make sure we're investing and saving for your house if you're not a homeowner yet, okay? I'm talking to y'all later. Signing out. Enjoy your day too.